there, it's Jenny. Welcome to my website. I got a lot of cool stuff to show y'all, so come on in and I'll give you the tour.
Hello, it's Jenny. So groovy to see you again on my website. You might not recognize me. Trust me when I say I still have all the same cool stuff I had before. Come along now, my friend. Let me blow your mind.
Hey, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my website. Things might look a little different around here, but trust me, I still got the same cool stuff to show you. So come on. Give you a lay of the land. Ooh, looks like someone's got a case of brand identity disorder. Hey, it's RKA, and this is another episode of Awkward Marketing. Because marketing your small business can be awkward, sometimes awful. I'll help you make it awesome. Tell me this hasn't happened to you. You're browsing the web, typically Pinterest, and you stumble upon a brand that makes your heart skip a beat. The colors, the fonts, the logo, the photography, it's so perfect. It's so you. Why isn't this your brand look? Why didn't your designer think this up? Maybe you should call RKA and see if she can give you a little facelift. After all, you've been feeling a little bored of your visual branding lately. I mean, you've been looking at the same colors and fonts forever. So when is it time to change your brand's visual identity? Is it enough to just be bored of the same old logo, fonts, colors? How do you know? Before I answer that, let's get back to Jenny, who we met a minute ago. Hi there, it's Jenny.
Hello, it's Jenny.
Hey, it's Jenny. If she hadn't said her name every time she introduced herself, I wouldn't have recognized her. Every time you blinked, she had a new look, a new personality. Now, she swears that deep down, she's still the same girl, but it's hard to take her word for it when she keeps changing so drastically, don't you think? You want a piece of me or what? I bet you know where I'm going with this. See, if you've got brand boredom, I've got bad news for you. Being bored of your logo and colors and fonts is not a good enough reason to change your entire look and feel. And let me tell you why. The main goal of your visual identity is to create visual reminders of who you are and what you're all about. Your brand visuals act as cues to call up the emotional experience you create for and with your clients. Now, before I go any further, it's important to distinguish between your visual identity and your brand. Many people confuse brand with the visual elements like logo, colors, fonts, photography. Those things are part of your brand's visual identity. It's how we make the intangible tangible, because your brand itself, it's an idea, it's an experience, it's not something we can look at or touch. It's what your clients feel when they work with you. It's what they remember about working with you. It's what they come to expect. It's what they know about working with you. And your brand's visual identity is meant to call up to remind them of that experience. So if you switch up your brand's look regularly, you're not creating cues, you're creating confusion. Clients don't know what to expect and they end up feeling like they don't know you at all. Just like Jenny, who had a different personality every time we blink. When you make it hard for people to remember you, you make the whole process of building and marketing your business hard on yourself. So I know what you're thinking. Is there ever a reason to change your brand's visual identity? Yeah. I'll give you 3. Number 1, your visuals are horribly out of date / ugly / clunky, and they embarrass you to the point of never wanting to market your business, share your website, etc. But more importantly, they're degrading the perceived quality of your services. If your visual identity cheapens and weakens the perception of your brand, yeah, that might be a time to give yourself an upgrade. Number 2, your visuals no longer reflect who you are or what your brand is all about. Maybe you started doing one thing and over the years your business evolved and matured and you got more specific and now you're doing something totally different and serving a different market. Yeah, that's also a good time to change your brand's visuals. Number 3, your visuals are creating confusion. Maybe they're too similar to someone else's and people keep mixing you up, or you're receiving feedback that you're creating the wrong kind of visual cues. If your brand visuals are leading your audience astray, yeah, probably time for a makeover. But even with all 3 of these examples, The best case scenario when changing your brand's look and feel is not to start from square one. You want to have a through line that takes you from your old visual identity to your new one. Maybe that means keeping your colors but upgrading your logo, or keeping the same visual theme or motif and giving it a more modern feel. And if you're just feeling bored of your visual identity, one great trick is to keep your overall look and feel intact, but hire a photographer to give you fresh new imagery that will give you a more up-to-date, upscale look. When I changed my brand look a few years ago, I did change my fonts and simplified my logo, but my through line was I kept almost my entire color palette. I added 2 new colors that I didn't have before, but my brand teal that was a staple in my old color palette remained a staple in my new color palette, and that kept things consistent. Then I hired a photographer for some new photos, and voila! I gave myself an upgrade without totally reinventing the wheel. The moral of the story here, don't be Jenny the brand shapeshifter. You're creating confusion and making the brand trek a whole lot steeper than it needs to be. And awkward too.